Before the Spanish ever set foot in the Americas, Mexico was a land of wonders, home to some of the world's most brilliant civilizations. They built cities far grander than ancient Rome. They practiced advanced brain surgery. They gave us chocolate, popcorn, and even chewing gum. They developed their own writing systems, engineered pyramids on a massive scale, and forged empires that ruled over millions. From the enigmatic Olmecs to the formidable Aztecs, this is a journey through 3,000 years of ancient Mexican history, all in just 10 minutes. Let's dive in. Our story begins with the Olmecs, Mesoamerica's first great civilization. Between 1500 and 400 BCE, while ancient Greece was just finding its feet and Rome was a mere village, the Olmecs were constructing sophisticated cities along Mexico's Gulf Coast. They left behind one of archaeology's greatest puzzles, the colossal heads. These enormous stone sculptures, some weighing up to 50 tons, portray rulers in distinctive helmets. 17 have been found so far. But here's the mystery. The stone was quarried 60 miles away, across dense jungle and treacherous swamps. How did they transport these behemoths without wheels or draft animals? We still don't have the answer. The Olmecs gifted Mesoamerica many of its core traditions. They likely invented the ritual ball game, a sport played for over 3,000 years. They developed early forms of writing and complex calendars. Their city, La Venda, bustled with thousands of people and featured pyramids and advanced drainage systems. And they expertly carved jade, one of the hardest stones on Earth, into exquisite figures using only stone tools. Around 400 BCE, their civilization declined, perhaps due to climate change or conflict. But their legacy endured, earning them the title of Mesoamerica's mother culture, influencing all who came after. Around 100 CE, a new marvel arose northeast of modern Mexico City, Teotihuacan, the city of the gods. At its zenith around 450 CE, Teotihuacan was home to as many as 200,000 people, making it larger than contemporary Rome and the sixth largest city in the world. This metropolis spanned 8 square miles, meticulously planned on a grid around the Grand Avenue of the Dead. The Pyramid of the Sun, Teotihuacan's largest structure, soars 216 feet high, with a base nearly as large as Egypt's Great Pyramid. But unlike Egyptian tombs, these were temples for sacred rituals. The Temple of the Feathered Serpent is adorned with intricate stone carvings, and beneath it, archaeologists found over 200 sacrificial victims buried with treasures of jade and obsidian. Teotihuacan wasn't just immense, it was sophisticated, with multi-story apartment compounds, some decorated with vibrant murals. But the biggest mystery is the people themselves. We don't know what they called themselves, their language, or their rulers' names. The name Teotihuacan was given by the Aztecs. Centuries later, around 550 CE, the city's center was burned, and this global superpower became a ghost town, leaving even the Aztecs to believe it was built by gods. While we often associate the Maya with Central America, their civilization also flourished across southern Mexico. Cities like Palenque and Calakmul were major power centers. The Maya were scientific geniuses. They independently invented the concept of zero, a breakthrough that took European mathematicians centuries longer. Their calendar was astonishingly precise, more accurate than the one used in Europe until the 16th century. They calculated the solar year to within 17 seconds of modern astronomical figures and tracked the cycles of Venus with incredible accuracy, all without telescopes. The Maya had the only fully developed writing system in the pre-Columbian Americas, recording their history and knowledge in books called codices. Tragically, Spanish conquerors burned thousands of these books, calling them works of the devil. An immeasurable amount of knowledge was lost forever. It's crucial to remember, the Maya never disappeared. Over 7 million Maya people live today, preserving traditions thousands of years old. After Teotihuacan's fall, a new power emerged in central Mexico, the Toltecs. From their capital, Tula, they were known as master craftsmen and fierce warriors. The Aztecs so revered their skill that the word Toltec became synonymous with artisan. At Tula, the famous Atlante's 15-foot-tall stone warrior statues stand guard, symbolizing their military might. The Toltecs introduced metallurgy to the region and established vast trade networks. Their influence spread as far as Chichen Itza, 800 miles away in Maya territory. They worshipped Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent god, whose legend of sailing east and promising to return would have disastrous consequences centuries later. Around 1150 CE, Tula was violently destroyed, but their legacy was so powerful that the Aztecs would later claim direct descent from them, viewing the Toltec era as a golden age. Finally, we arrive at the Aztecs, the last great empire of ancient Mexico. Their story begins in the 1200s as nomads from the north. In 1325, on a swampy island, they saw their prophesied sign, an eagle on a cactus eating a snake, the image that now graces Mexico's flag. Here, they founded Tenochtitlan. In just 200 years, this island city grew to house up to 400,000 people, larger than any European city of its time. It was an engineering masterpiece with causeways, aqueducts, and canals like Venice. They created floating gardens or chinampas that produced food year-round. At the city's heart stood the Templo Mayor, a magnificent dual pyramid. The market was a spectacle, with 60,000 people trading everything from gold and cacao to jaguar skins. Through warfare and alliances, they built an empire of 10 million people. Yes, they practiced human sacrifice, believing it was necessary to keep the sun in the sky. Their empire might have lasted for centuries more, but in 1519, Hernan Cortés arrived. A combination of deadly European diseases, superior steel weaponry, and strategic alliances with tribes resentful of Aztec rule led to the empire's downfall. After a brutal 93-day siege, Tenochtitlan fell in 1521. The Spanish razed the city, building Mexico City on its ruins. The conquest destroyed empires, but it couldn't erase the cultures. Today, over 25 million people in Mexico identify as indigenous. The Aztec language, Nahuatl, is still spoken by 1.5 million people. These civilizations gave the world incredible gifts: chocolate, tomatoes, corn, avocados, and vanilla, to name a few. They were pioneers in mathematics, astronomy, and even medicine, performing successful brain surgery. Modern Mexican culture is a vibrant blend of its indigenous past and later influences. The Day of the Dead, the national flag, and traditional cuisine all carry ancient threads. From the Olmec heads to the Aztec capital, the achievements of ancient Mexico continue to inspire awe, reminding us that brilliant civilizations flourished all across the globe. That's 3,000 years of history in 10 minutes. Want more on ancient civilizations? Check out our other videos. What culture should we explore next? Let me know in the comments. If you learned something new, hit that like button and subscribe for more history content. Thanks for watching.